the Denver Broncos. Cecil, are the Broncos better or worse than they were 24 hours ago?
I can say this with great certainty. The Denver Broncos had the best day one in free agency of any team that's out there.
Wow.
Now, here's why. Because they didn't give up the farm. Did they spend the most money? No. Did they do what the Patriots, Mike Vrabel's beefing up the Patriots defense? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also spent a lot of money. Now, they had plenty of cap space to do so. And if you did that, you got a lot to fix if you're New England. Great. But you paid top market value. The Broncos got all pro level play at inside linebacker and at safety, provided that those two are healthy, Greenlaw and Hufanga. All right, now it's on Bo Lowry to get those guys healthy, keep them healthy all season long. Bo's really good at his job, and we believe in him as the number one Bo Lowry show in the Denver sports market.
Right.
So you got all pro level play and you didn't pay all pro level prices. That, my friend, is the best day of day one. Now, you'll see NFL.com, ESPN, on the ESPN, CBS Sports. Everyone does day one winners and losers in the NFL. That many people, 0, have picked the Denver Broncos as winners on day one.
Wow.
That many people are right about it. Because if you look at what they got, yes, there is the caveat that they have to stay healthy, but you could say that about anyone. You could say that about Stinks guy Milton Williams. Milton Williams, you got paid. Awesome. You're going to stay healthy? You're going to produce in the way that you did in the season that you got the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. So if we want to play the if, ands, and buts game,
right,
we can play that. Now Kev's paying attention because I talked about butts. But, if we want to play that game, we can do that all day, girl. I would rather talk about the talent level and the price that was paid. You got all pro level play at two of the most keys. Listen, at the end of the season, you couldn't stop anybody running the ball.
For 6 weeks, they couldn't.
Kev could have ran the ball against the Broncos defense. He's beefing up with that Chipotle again, man.
No, it's cheesesteak today.
Cheesesteak day.
Yeah.
I always get so jealous when I learn what day it was after I've already eaten my turkey sandwich.
And I had my power bar.
Yeah.
But either way, Kev could have powered through against the Broncos rush defense because it was not good. Do you know what it's going to be now? It's going to be great. They're going to kick ass double live Gonzo on the wild side because of these two additions. Everyone else, DJ Jones, staying with the team, that's awesome. But these two additions, provided that they stay healthy, you have all-pro talent on the defensive line. Zach Allen, pretty good. Might want to not let that guy get away.
Yep.
You've got all-pro talent at the linebacker level, at the second level. Dre Greenlaw, excellent pickup. And then, you already got Pat Surtain.
He's pretty good.
Okay, now, where's the weak spot? Where's the weak spot? There's two spots, and one you're not going to like. One you're going to agree with, and one you're not going to like. Get as offended as you like. One's Alex Singleton, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so that's kind of where's his health at? What is he at?
Well, because it's just the unknown. And I think what my second one would be is it's still some unknown based on even the feelings we got last year.
Yeah.
They still need to figure out if Riley Moss is for real.
Ding, 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 ding.
I got it right?
That's it.
Nice.
That's correct because, and dude, think about that. Step back for just a second on what you said that I totally agree with. Your weak spot on the defense is a guy that's got Pro Bowl caliber play. Hey, Riley Moss, he's, it could be a Pro Bowler. That's the weak spot? It's true. And the truth isn't meant to make you feel good, Riley. Stay healthy, Riley.
Yep.
This team needs you, Riley. And we love Riley Moss. We absolutely love his game. But if I look at now, the defensive line, where's the weak spot? There is none. Linebacker level, provided Alex Singleton's healthy, where's the weak spot? Kind of Singleton, but kind of not based on what he's going to ask to do and how Greenlaw's going to change everything. Safety? You got Hufanga and Brandon Jones together? NFL, you done messed up.
PJ Locke is your bench safety now.
Yeah.
He's a great depth
Then you
piece.
got PS2 shutting down half the field. Our guy Sturtsy, the hype god, getting hype out there for his man, PS2. And then you have Riley Moss, who needs to stay healthy. So where are the weak spots on this defense? It's Riley Moss and it's Alex Singleton, and they're not even weak.
Yeah.
So think about that. Vance Joseph, it's on you, bro. It's on you.
Well, dude, I kept thinking about this yesterday.
He's got everything.
Especially, that's exactly it. When they got Greenlaw, and I'm like, man, Cecil, I should say, what, does Vance need everything? And he has it now. He literally has it now.
Okay, yeah.
So there are no more excuses. Like I said, Riley Moss still has some proving to do, right? But he's trending in the right direction. And by the way, there's a guy behind Riley Moss and Chris Abrams-Drain, who we have a pretty high upside for as well. And still TBD and unknown as to what a ceiling could look like, but that's the same case for a dude like Riley Moss as well. So you're right, man. Those are the two positions. I would expect them, especially with the loss of Cody Barton, they know what we know, and they're not going to trust Justin Strnad or have that be their plan D, even at inside linebacker. So I would imagine probably via the draft or early next week, we hear about like a third wave linebacker or cornerback that comes in, and nothing's guaranteed. You're going to come and fight for a depth spot on this roster.
Draft and develop. Chris Abrams-Drain, a draft and develop guy who's still behind Jaquan McMillan.
Yeah, I forgot about Jaquan too.
So Chris Abrams-Drain is their fourth corner. He might be some team's number 2 corner.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity, right? So look at all the wealth and the gems and the jewels that you see on this Broncos defense. I mean, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I feel like Scrooge McDuck jumping in a pile of gold, man. Yeah. It's everywhere on all 3 levels. Now, you can get stronger in the draft because you're a draft and develop team. But George Paton's vision, I said it yesterday on Orange and Blue today. I think I made Andrew Mason spit up his caffeine-free Coca-Cola.
Okay.
I said it this way, and coming from me, I think it should have more weight than maybe from others, because I've been the most critical of George Paton than anybody. What, why are you taking Delarian Turner-Yell and not Tariq Woolen, the very next pick, a 6'4 corner that runs a 4'2"? Why are you taking Montrell Washington, I almost called him Williams, Montrell Washington instead of Isaiah Pacheco? Okay, not everyone's going to bat 1,000, whatever, but I'm the only one that said anything because everyone else just like, I don't know, 7th round pick, whatever. No, there's great players in the 7th round. Isaiah Pacheco was one of them. But I say this today. As I said yesterday, and Zach probably called me homework, Greg Penner's the best owner in the NFL.
I don't think Zach would even disagree with you on that one.
George Paton might be the best GM in the NFL.
Wow. Whoa.
And it's
those are fighting words to guys like Will Peterson.
And it's not like I've come around on George, but just look at I don't want him looking for a head coach. I don't need behind the Broncos and there's a slow motion shot of George Paton walking through the airport and whatever. Like, I don't need that, man. I need George Paton to scout. Because when he puts his scouting hat on, when he's scouting, when he's watching film, Sean's knocking on his door. Hey, did you see this guy? Leave me alone, Sean. Shut up. Yeah. Like, leave me alone. When George is scouting, he's going to kick your ass. And when you see what he's done now in free agency, and again, he's not going to bat 1,000, I will still take issues with some of his picks.
Sure.
I will still do that.
Yeah.
And I will be wrong. He will be wrong. Whatever. But I'm here to tell you today, with Greg Penner running the show, with George Paton kind of calming down Sean Payton, you can't put everything on a credit card, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
And Mickey Loomis, he let him do it on the Benson credit card down in New Orleans. That's why they're in salary cap hell.
Sean Payton's 18-year-old me like, you telling me I could buy a skateboard right now and give you no cash? Yeah, I'm in, dude.
I mean, I could just make a payment forever.
Fast forward 2 years later, that skateboard costs $1,200.
Sean Payton's got the $1,200 skateboard.
Yeah.
But you have George Paton setting it up the right way and being measured while also being somewhat aggressive. So when I got questions this morning and people like, why did Everett Ingram leave the building? I think it's money.
Well, I mean, if we're just talking square biz and that's what we do, right? This is business, baby. And if you're Evan Ingram, you probably wanted to leave the building, right? It's all right, unless you're going in there and you're telling your agent, unless they get this number, we're leaving today without putting my name on a piece of paper. It's got to be that number or we're walking out today. And I think that's fair, man. Did I want them to sign Evan Ingram yesterday? 100%. I still want them to sign Evan Ingram today, right now, this moment, so we can talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
But if you're Evan Ingram, you got to do the right thing. You go talk to another team today, and your agent calls George Paton and says, guess what? These guys said they're willing to go here. We really like you. Are you willing to go there?
Yeah.
And that's how this works.
Maybe the streets will be cold.
Hopefully.
Right? So then you call back the Broncos and be like, hey, they offered us whatever the number, and you offered us, can we come together? And then George makes that decision. But I trust George Paton.
And then you go upstairs and you say, hey, we're off by like $4 million, man. And Sean and I really think this guy is going to make a difference. Any chance we can just give him that in a signing bonus? And Greg says, $4 million? Yeah, it's over there behind the soda I left out 2 days ago.
It's in my couch cushions.
Yeah. And then, boom, you got Evan Ingram.
Yeah. If I was at Greg Penner's office, I'd be looking in the couch cushions. Like,
Definitely.
Hey, I could use a loan, you know. Guy like that might have some money in the couch cushions.
I found $1 playing golf the other day, $1 bill. And it was like, no, you're not going to believe this, but I was kind of over in the thick of it looking for my ball. And I saw like $1. And I'm like, it's another 10 yards up. I'm like, it's $1.
It's $1.
Or 50 yards up. I'm walking over there and I'm grabbing that $1. GP he's not taking the steps, is he, for the $1?
No.
It's got to be a hundo at least.
He might tell his caddy, like, go pick that up, right?
Yeah.
Or ask. Greg wouldn't tell him. He'd ask. Yeah, hey, what do you think? Go pick that up. That's right.
Look, and as far as like, now this isn't a standard theory of mine, or I don't think it's of George Payton's either, but right now, just the state of the Broncos, where they are with Bo, where they are with Sean Payton, I think I can look at this free agency, at least their approach yesterday, is to help them win right now. What they're going to do in April's draft will help them win from now on. And I think that's how George and company is looking at it as well.
Yeah, and it's a command from on high from Greg of like, we're going to be a draft and develop team. And then for free agency-wise, when you can get these players, I mean, if those guys are healthy, and I believe that they can be, based on their injuries and based on who the Broncos have in their training staff, how do you not win the AFC West?
It seems like it's as wide open
Those
as it's
are
been
the
in 10
level
years.
of moves to help you win the AFC West. Now, the Chargers, I don't know if we'll talk about this at 12:45 or whatever, they got Najee Harris. Okay, that's a 1,000-yard rusher. That's a guy that's got a proven track record. I mean, Cowboys are going over the moon. You should see Cowboys media. We got Javonte Williams, guys.
For real?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Chargers got Najee Harris. That's a concern. The Cowboys media. That's a concern. But did the moves yesterday lead the Broncos to the AFC West title? If those guys are healthy. How do you run on them? How do you throw on them? And if the offense is better and it's going to put pressure on your offense because Bo Nix just dropped 24 on us in the first half, we got to do something. How do you do that when you've got playmaker defensive line, playmaker linebacker, playmaker secondary, plural? Out of your 11 starters, you have Pro Bowl caliber players at what, like 9 of those spots?
Yeah.
10 of those spots?
I mean, think about this. I'm just looking at 2024 stats. The Broncos averaged 25 points a game and gave up 18.
Yeah.
What if that number just goes up to 26 and 17? You're talking about a 9-point differential per game?
Yeah.
And it's not this huge discrepancy that we're talking about.
Kev, look up the number. How many 1-point games did the Chiefs win last year?
Oh, God. All of them?
A lot of them. A lot of them. I believe it approached double digits. Kev, I may be wrong, but just look that up real quick. It may be. So why can't that be Denver? Listen, I'm not here to blow bubbles at the Denver Broncos. I'm here to tell you the truth. And I'm also not here to just bow down to Kansas City. Now I got bow down stuck in my head. Thanks, Ice Cube. Bow down. I'm not here to bow down to, the mighty Chiefs. They didn't look real mighty in the Super Bowl.
Sure didn't.
And they're not a team. They're always a team with Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. They're going to be dangerous, okay? I say this with full due respect. But I'm also not here to, boy, there's a bunch of stuff I could say. I'm not here to blow bubbles at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm here to say the Broncos can win the AFC West based on the moves that they did yesterday.
I'm with you. Look, it's as open as it's been since 2016.
Right.
In the AFC
I'm
West.
going to get you on that Super Bowl train with me.
Okay.
Super Bowl 60 is theirs until it's not, because here's why. One, I want you along because you always got my back. And two, we'd probably have a lot of fun on that Super Bowl train.
That would be
Where's
fun.
the Super Bowl at next year? I want to make plans. Kev, where's it at next year?
Santa Clara.
Oh, it is. Back to Kev's old stomping
Let's
ground.
go.
Wow.
Road trip.
Let's go.
I watched Peyton Manning win a Super Bowl there. We're going to see Bo Nix win a Super Bowl there.
Oh,
And sometimes history just writes itself.
I might have
50
to
to
story.
60. 50 to 60. It was hell. From 50 to 60, but we made it with Bo and Kev.
And me. Yeah,
No, and Kev.
I get credit.
Super Bowl 60 is theirs until it's not. And, brother, I'm here to tell you, And there's a lot of work to do. I'm not a homer. For the love of God, I'm not even a Broncos fan. And I know some people take issue with that, but who cares? Right? Don't you get better information when you're not listening to fanboy media? They're just the best, guys. Everything they do is the best. I'm here as a football guy to tell you they crushed it yesterday. And if they crush it in the draft, get a tight end, get a running back. What if they get Travion Henderson and Colston Loveland?
And still land Evan Ingram?
And they got what they got defensively.
I feel pretty good.
And they get Evan Ingram.
Feel pretty good.
If they are doing those sorts of things, why is anyone saying, wild card? Why are we saying that? Why are we saying wild card? I'm saying win the damn division.
They can. They can.
What's the number, Kev?
Well, they only won one 1-point game. That was all it was. But they were in a lot of one-possession games. The Chiefs
One-possession
were.
games, yes.
11 regular season. If you were to count the playoffs and the Super Bowl, it was 13 total.
Wow.
One-possession games for the
One-possession
Chiefs.
games.
And so we're talking about 13 of their, would they win 15 games?
Yes.
So it is there, Cecil. You're absolutely right. There's just, I got to see a little bit more with my eyeballs before I go officially all in. I feel the same way.